Hi, I'm Fraser Campbell and I head up Accounts and Business Advisory Services here at Azets across the UK. I'm delighted to be joined today by Corina Contini from Contini Restaurants here in the beautiful city of Edinburgh. And we're here to talk about some of the issues that are currently facing owner-managed and family businesses across the UK in the run-up to the budget in November. So Corina, thank you so much for joining us.
It's a pleasure. It's wonderful to be in our lovely city. Welcome from the west.
Hopefully Rachel's listening to us. What's your one ask or two asks? What do you want to say to the Chancellor?
Okay. VAT.
Yeah.
VAT's
okay.
always talked about. You
Yeah.
know, in hospitality in the UK, we're sitting at a 20%
Yeah.
VAT rate.
What is it in Italy?
It's 10% on most restaurants.
Right.
I think it's 10% on. They have many different bands. Why can't we have different bands? During COVID, the VAT rate was lowered on food, but not on alcohol. Great, let's do that.
Yeah.
You know, we can be creative around. We don't have to have a 20% flat tax rate on food, particularly when our supermarkets are not. You can go into a supermarket, you can buy fresh food. There's no VAT. Okay, you can also buy a ready meal that's frozen or in the chill cabinet, which somebody's provided a service in terms of preparing that, but it's not got any VAT on it unless it's got chocolate in it. So it's
crazy rules.
There's crazy rules. They need to be reviewed. VAT key.
Yeah.
And somebody said, "Oh, if hospitality gets a VAT rate, it won't be passed on to the." Won't be passed on to the team. No, be passed on to the business to allow it to keep trading.
Correct.
Yeah? So VAT
and investing in the business.
And you know, we've not even talked about investing.
No, I know.
Because that, you know, that
it
level
just always comes last. You're rolling with the punches.
Yeah.
Being able to reinvest because of the lack of easier funding, let's put it. There's always.
But it's also the risk.
The
Why do you want to expose yourself to a potential risk
in this kind of environment?
Because the chances of the amount of effort to get that over the line.
Yeah.
But so lower the national insurance threshold. That really made a huge difference to our ability to employ people.
Younger people.
Not only just younger people, just to employ our and to take that pressure off that wage percentage that businesses are having to carry. And I suppose it seems controversial. Hold the living wage increase. Hold that. You know, $12.71 per hour. If that's what's being proposed, that is another increase to our final price on the menu.
Yes.
Inflationary. So it's a vicious circle. We're not then giving the people that have had more money an opportunity to then spend it and put it back into the system.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's all you've done is absorb cost, and as we just touched on there, it has stalled to some extent your reinvestment in the business because you've just not had the bandwidth.
Well, we're
to do that.
reinvesting in each of the venues. We're not reinvesting out with in another
You're keeping the status quo.
We have to, you know, if we don't keep, we've got to.
So it has stymied expansion. Essentially, is what we're saying.
I think when we've looked last year, we did a big kitchen refurbishment. This year at George Street, we're going to be doing our private dining room is going to be overhauled and it'll be beautiful. Scottish Cafe, we've got big plans to again add a bakery if we can find the space within the building. At Cannonball, you know, that venue has constantly evolved and we've constantly been improving that. So we're not stopping the investment in the building.
It's not as if you're going out and opening another unit.
If the right thing came along, we would be willing, and we're looking. It's not as if because if we don't look, then we're closing ourselves to opportunities. But we've not found the right. The rates thing. I mean, rates. The relief has been passed to our English counterparts in Scotland. That hasn't been businesses of our scale have not had any benefit of that. Smaller businesses have benefited from it. So again, the work from home incentive.
Post-COVID, because your city centre. That working from home and the really slow return to city centres again was another drag on your ability to grow and invest.
We're in conversations with the council £9.30 to park in the city centre.
So
it's ridiculous. When St James's is because it's a private company, can charge less.
Yeah. I admire your resilience, Corina. So I hope Rachel Reeves was listening to us because you know it's clear that the hospitality sector. You were saying to me earlier that it might be a wee bit controversial, but hospitality always heals itself. I don't know if that's necessarily the case with all the body blows that it's been through over the last 6 or 7 years. Yeah. So
I think the scars are starting.
The scars are starting not to heal over as quickly.
The only other thing to say to Rachel Reeves is incentivise ethical, good practice.
Yeah.
You know, net zero will encourage meat to be transported from Argentina if it comes in a LEZ vehicle.
Right.
But buying organic eggs that aren't in an LEZ vehicle because they can't afford to reinvest in their plant or their car, their van, their transport isn't.
There's too many examples.
There has to be some sort of awareness of the choices that hospitality make, not only for good hospitality, not our chains, I'm sorry, I know McDonald's use free-range eggs, but let's not talk about McDonald's. But good businesses, they not only support good choices for people's health and well-being, they support other suppliers, they also give jobs to people. And fundamentally, I think that's what my biggest success, I would say, is how many of our team have been able to get their home and can say that they now have a house that they wouldn't have had unless they'd had a long-term vision for hospitality and be looked after and have a career. And that's what we need the Chancellor to do, to give us all some support for the future and for our families.
Message delivered, Corina.
Thank you.
Is there anything that you would call out that you would ask Rachel Reeves not to do?
Even just give us status quo. That would be a better outcome than another change. We need, you know, we are resilient, but we need time to be able to absorb. And actually the budget has come too quick. Too many changes when there's so much uncertainty out there. So just give us a break.
It is a common thing that we hear from a lot of businesses is, could we just have a bit of stability? So that those decisions that were taken in the last 12 months have had a chance to bed in and see the benefits or impacts of, as opposed to yet another round of changes that need to be absorbed. So,
I mean, this is all Rachel Reeves. This is all Westminster. Yeah. We have got our Scottish government as well.
That's very true.
You know, and we don't know what they're going to do and we've also got councils.
Yeah.
You know, we've got potentially a George Street project that's been in conversation, I think, for about 14 years or something. That, you know, which will be very disrupted. Every business has got local level changes. Yeah. Never mind health and well-being of their team, you know, and you know, we're a family business. If one of our team is sick, that affects us. You know, we function actually very similar to a family. And because we're on a smaller scale, our business is not something that is just a spreadsheet. So the local level and the personal level are constantly feeding in and affecting. So
some stability would be nice.
The big guys need to just back off.
So hopefully Rachel Reeves was listening. I've really enjoyed this conversation with Corina. Thank you.